All right, guys, how's it going? Finally, something positive to talk about. That's right. So here I am. Now, I didn't do a post-match video, like I used to do a post-match video to get your thoughts. This is what this video is. I didn't do one last night, because even though it's only an hour's time difference for me, the game does, they do finish quite late when they're a midweek game like that. By the time you've faffed around with a video and putting it online, it's quite late. So here I am. Now, I was looking at some of the tabloid coverage, if you like, in the UK. This morning, I thought the Mirrors was pretty good. Cop a load of that. We've got Virgil there. Slot's 5-star. Liverpool turn on the style to end dismal run was one of them. But the one I really liked, which was in the Daily Star, was this one, Hugo Boss. Now, I don't know what you think about Ekitike, but on the last live stream we did, I think everybody agreed with me that I want to see more of him. I really like this player. And I'm somewhat confused, I try not to be negative, right? And during the summer, we were obviously all buzzing, off our tits about getting, Isak and things like that. But when we signed Ekitike, it made me think at the time, how does this all work in terms of, how do they all fit into the team? The system? Do you know what I mean? I'm sure some of you will get what I mean there. And I don't know if we've seen a bit of that, the way that this season's gone so far. I feel like the manager doesn't really know how to use everyone. I don't know if I'm being fair with that, whether it's too simplistic what I'm saying. Ekitike's stunner as Slot drops more and sees rampant Reds stop rot. But we've got to continue that back into the Premier League, right? I'm not going to go over it too much because obviously it's history now, and you've all watched the game and whatnot. Like I say, I do the post-match videos not to give really my analysis or anything, which I'm not very good at doing when it comes to match reports and things like that. I leave it to the professionals. But I do like to know what you guys think, because I like to see if I'm on the same page as you, to be honest with you. I was looking at this. Thursday's back pages heavily feature Liverpool as they avoided their longest losing run for 72 years and returned to winning ways with a commanding 5-1 Champions League victory at Eintracht Frankfurt. The Telegraph carries the headline, Slot stops the rot. It's only one game though, you know what I'm saying. While the Express focuses on Slot dropping Mohamed Salah to the bench from the start. No problem. They went with, obviously you've seen the Mirror, cop a load of that and Hugo Boss in the start. What did you think about the Mo Salah decision not to start him? I've got to be honest with you, on the last live stream that we did, I don't remember a single person opposing the views when people said, I don't want Mo to start. A lot of people were calling for him to be benched, is what I'm saying, on the live stream, and nobody jumped in and went, whoa, that's bang out of order. You know what I mean? So, let me know what you think about that. Obviously, we've got these injury concerns with Isak and Frimpong. They're things that we, will get to know a little bit more about. I know we have some initial feedback. Analysis in the BBC, ruthless Reds throw struggles aside. This was a much-needed win for Liverpool, with the pressure having ramped up on them following Sunday's loss to one of their biggest rivals at Anfield. Listen, I was out yesterday, sat with a few people, not on the pop or anything. I was just sat in a group of people, and there was a lass there. She was a Man United fan, going on about that game. I was respectfully saying, personally, I thought it was embarrassing how you lot celebrated. Could you imagine that under Sir Alex Ferguson? Do you know what I mean? They should have beat us. And they should have walked off the pitch and gone, right, we're Manchester United. But the mentality of them now is like a small club coming and beating us. Do you not think? I'm not looking at excuses here, or reasons to have a go at them or try and defend what happened. The outcome is the outcome. But it was like they'd won an FA Cup final. And to them now, Manchester United beating us is a big deal, is what I'm trying to say. Years ago, I think under Fergie, even if they'd been through a bad run or weren't doing well, he'd have been like, get fucking off. Do you know what I mean? We beat them. We're Man United, The mentality around that club, that I find it very difficult to keep my mouth shut with that girl, even though she was fine, a nice person. It says here in the BBC, in an effort to instigate a turnaround, Arne Slot decided to start forwards. Ekitike and Isak for the first time with the pair appearing to line up as a front two in Frankfurt. And initially, the formation tweak appeared to unsettle the visitors, with the hosts, supported by a very vocal crowd, dominating the opening stages. But I'm going to say it again. Ekitike, man, he's my man. He really is. I love Ekitike. I really do. And Chiesa is another one. I'm not talking about. I'm talking generally. These are two players that I would like to see feature more for Liverpool. And I think we had some match ratings here. I don't know, maybe not. I won't bore you to death. I thought they were easy to call upon, but no, they're not. So if I click on this, maybe. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm not used to browsing on a tablet, so I can click on that 1 minute. So the next game is Brentford, Saturday the 25th. Away from home, and this is it. It's no good going and smashing Frankfurt 5-1 and then fucking up at Brentford. So let's hope that they've got this switched on now. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. We should have the ratings here. Liverpool concede first goal for 5th game in a row. Hugo Ekitike scores against former club to level. Van Dijk and Konate had further goals before half time. Gakpo and Szoboszlai had further strikes and dominant second half display. Where's the ratings? Oh, here they are. I don't know if any of you would agree with these. I love player ratings, by the way. I'm not really a stats man, do you know what I mean? But I do like player ratings when they come from you, like 1 to 10. I love that. Ekitike, they've gone with the highest scoring here on the BBC, 8.2. Szoboszlai, 796. Wirtz, 774. These are decimal, obviously, after the first number. Robertson, 7.63. What did you think of Andy Robertson's, appearance? I saw praise for him. Gakpo 757, Van Dijk 755, Konate 747, Jones 732. Someone was bigging Jones up last night, quite a lot on social media as well. Bradley 724, Chiesa 721, and it just goes down and down into the sixes. Mamadashvili, Gomez, McAllister, Salah, Frimpong on 5.9s, and Isak 4.79. What was I going to ask you there? Was I going to ask you? Oh, that was the last thing I'm going to say to you about it was Mo Salah was absolutely slaughtered on social media, which is very strange. And I was thinking about this morning. I've been out this morning. When I was walking to the car, it's stupid, you get these little thoughts and that when you're walking around. And I was just walking up to the car and I was just about to put my key in the door and I thought, I'm convinced that people on X, Twitter, in the football, environments. This won't apply to you guys because you guys are switched on because you're watching me. Oh boy, here, do you know what I mean? But I can't help but think that it's just kids. I think it's just young people. Nothing wrong with young people, but I just think it's impossible for so many people not to be sane. And I'm not just talking about their views about Mo Salah, it's just the reactionary views, the way that people are, the shit they come out with on social media. These can't be people like you and me. They can't be. They're a few short of a plug, to be honest with you. And I was thinking all this walking down the street, and I don't participate in the football communities online, on social media, on X. It's not for me. I'll put the odd thing on the Cop Talk account. Most of the time I turn off the comments because I don't want to interact with these people. YouTube, I find it rather sensible, to be honest with you. We get a few numpties in the comments. But anyway, what did you think about Mo Salah? And are you going to stick the knife in, or are you just going to be, offer an honest assessment or whatever? I don't have a problem with people being passionate. Especially if you lose and people lose the shit. It's something I've learned over these years. People are passionate, maybe say things when they're fired up and that. But no, Salah was absolutely fucking slaughtered. Is that justified? That's what I want to know. All right, guys, I'll leave you with it. It's nice to make a video for you. I miss making my videos. Every day I'm doing reviewing everything for you. I still review all the papers and everything every morning. There's just been nothing to talk to you about. The mood in the fan base has been dreadful, and rightly so. I've done a couple of live streams, but not many people are turning up, so it's a bit like, unless you're motivated, it's a bit meh, to be honest with you. And hopefully if we can build on this victory last night, you know, you guys will be a bit happier and you'll be commenting more and wanting me to host live streams and we can talk more. But if you're just talking negatively, it's, you know, anyway, I'll leave it with you. All right, guys, so I would love to hear from you. Please take the time to drop me a comment. Let's get this fucking month out of the way. It's been horrendous. I can't stand it. All right, guys. So, what are your thoughts on the topics mentioned? Injuries, start information, Salah being dropped, Salah criticism, etc., etc. Andy Robertson, anything really to do with the game. If you've got time, I would love to hear your ratings. Or do you agree with those ratings that I've just read out to you? You know, I want to get as much from you as possible because when there's no comments, I get even more bored. You know, I need to get back into my routine with you guys, but it's been so difficult this month. It's been so gloomy. All right, and we've got another international break coming up soon as well. Fuck's sake, I fucking hate that shit. All right, let me know, guys. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thumbs up the video, please, and drop me a comment. It'd be much appreciated.